Welcome to Mine Explorers episode 47, where we're here live on location at the Burgex Field Operations Center in Midvale, Utah. Crystal.
Sound like an announcer.
Yeah, I bust it out every now and again. I haven't done the announcer voice in a while. Today, it's after Christmas, before New Year's, I'm over-caffeinated. Great time for announcer voice. So tell me about the Field Operations Center. This is my first time here, and we've had it for like a year.
Yeah, it's impressive. I love this unit. The landman crew does a phenomenal job of keeping it clean and organized and maintained very well. Yeah, as you can see behind us, we have a brand new machine, Can-Am. Don't ask me what the model number is.
It's a Defender, limited.
Yeah.
And limited not by much with these tracks and the setup. It's a nice unit.
Brand new, 500 miles on it. Haven't taken it out in the field yet, but it will soon be.
It'll be busy. So we have two of these, two side-by-sides. We have
three
ATVs. We have multiple trailers. We have a field camp trailer. We have a flatbed. We got tracks for both the side-by-sides. So, and then multiple trucks.
Multiple
support
trucks
operations as well.
And then pallets of stakes.
Many pallets of stakes.
And we have backpacks for when the guys have to go hiking to do the claim staking. We have all of the supplies that they need to execute in the field safely and effectively.
And it's all well organized and taken care of. So
I know. I'm always so impressed every time I come in here. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can you guys come and organize my house? Because this is amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, good, safe field operations start with preparedness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So having a team that takes the time and effort to make sure everything's prepared and done right before they get to the field is going to be a lot more safer and successful in the field.
No, exactly right. I mean, that's something I was talking to with one of my fieldies is we are extremely proud that we've had one project this year where we had downtime in the field. One out of hundreds.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And actually it wasn't this Can-Am, but it was the older one. We had the clutch went out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was from, some like extremely fine dust that we were driving
silty,
through
yes.
on a project.
Extremely silty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and silt is not fun to drive through.
It's not fun to drive through and it's not fun for equipment.
Yep.
But no, it kind of goes to show like the amount of effort that they put into maintaining our equipment. It really goes to show when they're out in the field, they can just get it done and don't have to worry about maintenance. And then when they come back, they do the same thing. They make sure that everything's up and running. Maintenance is done. I mean, they have a board out here to show like all of the checklists of post and pre-projects.
Yep. Keep track of all the registrations and all the different states and all the maintenance and all the safety trainings and everything else is all well documented. So that's really like, in this episode, I wanted to talk about how our field operations have changed over the years.
Wildly.
I want to talk about what stayed the same, and I'd like to talk about what we're changing going into 2026 with Burgex and with Mine Explorers and how we're changing the show.
Right.
So let's jump right in. We have better procedures and documentation for field operations. Mm-hmm. We have more experienced, specialized field teams. Simon has now staked thousands and thousands of claims personally. He's led the field operations team, all of our field operations for many years now.
I think he's going on 9 years working with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he really has set the standard of our field team.
Yep.
Between him and Andrew have really set the standard of making sure that when the field crew is out working, they are working.
They're working, they're getting the job done, they're doing it safely and efficiently, which is the top thing. Very strong safety culture now.
Oh, yeah.
We have clear expectations for accuracy and accountability. And our safety culture is really company-wide, but the field team is in the field. They are most exposed to dangers. But we do company-wide. So we just did company-wide CPR training last week.
Yeah.
Which was nice. We actually brought in the dummies. We did the CPR training
on
the dummies.
Yeah, that was awesome because, we've done the CPR and first aid training before, but it's so much different when you actually have a dummy that you are practicing on and you're like, wow, this is a lot faster than I thought. This is a lot harder than I thought.
Yep.
And you're like, that was actually like probably the most effective CPR training I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're offering the full course to our team, slowly rolling it out.
Yep.
Starting with the people who are on the front lines in the field and then rolling back to everybody who wants to get fully certified.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I
is
know.
great.
It's so great for all of us to be first aid CPR trained.
Yeah, and then we have an emphasis on preparation, not reaction. Better tools, better GPSs.
Well, our
we have
word of the year
inReaches.
is proactive. So
Yep.
that goes hand in hand with all of that.
I propose we roll that into next year too.
We are.
Yep.
No, it was our word of the year for 2025, and it will be the word of the year for 2026.
Yep. I think that makes sense.
No, being proactive, like I write it in my daily journal every day to be proactive. So I think about like, okay, how can I be proactive for the day?
Yep.
Which helps like outline the day and think about things longer term instead of just reacting to whatever the day brings you.
Yeah, which is key. And then, yeah, we have inReaches now. So our whole field crew has the ability to communicate with the office. They can communicate from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we've had
Starlink.
inReaches for a long time now, but now it's the inReach and GPS unit.
Well, there's way more. Like we've had an inReach for 10 years, but we had an inReach.
No, each person is assigned their own inReach.
That's what's, I'm talking about the changes over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
years. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to contrast what's changed over the last 15 years.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because I'm rolling into our next segment about what's stayed the same. So contrasting the changes. Like I know everyone has an inReach now, but in the beginning they were so expensive we had an inReach that we could send out on the most important or most dangerous task, and now everybody's got them built
More
in.
like
which
a
is
group
nice.
inReach. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so Fieldwork today is more professional, more disciplined, and safer than ever before.
It is very
And
disciplined.
a lot of that is due to having a great team
Yeah.
and great processes and procedures and the right equipment that's well maintained.
Well,
and
it's
supporting the team with new equipment where needed because we know they're going to take care of it.
well, we know. Well, that's the thing too, right? Like it's so easy to buy our team equipment when they need it because we know they'll take care of it.
Right.
And we know if it breaks, like I mean, things break. That happens. That's par
Right.
for the course. But it's a lot easier to buy things for people who you know they're going to treat them as well as you would, or better, honestly.
Right.
I think they treat them a lot better than we have.
Well, it depends. I mean, we took
Depends.
good care of our stuff, but
It's nice when people are
Now-
very mechanically minded too.
we also budget things so we can take care of things.
We do.
We're not running trying to chase down bids and go below our comfortable operating margins where we can actually have downtime and maintenance and take care of things.
Right.
So
Well, that's
it's not that we haven't wanted to take care of things, it just hasn't always been an option.
right.
If you're
Yeah.
always running and you can't afford to have any downtime to do preventative maintenance and things like that.
Right now, it's turned into it's not an option not to take care of it.
And or operate in really adverse conditions too.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the night instead of just planning extra days to only work when it's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Much has changed since then.
So all of this modern field work and everything we're doing is all built on top of old laws. So for over 150 years, we've been staking claims according to the Mining Act of 1872.
Yep.
And that Mining Act kind of is the core foundation of being able to go out and claim minerals on federally controlled lands. And then there's a layer of multitude of state regulations on top of that govern how you do things. But despite all the modern tools, the legal foundation hasn't changed. And so we still, with all the modern equipment and the GPS and the better tracking, laying things out and everything, we're still going out and pounding posts in the ground.
Yep. Just
All
like
the
they
time.
did 150 years ago.
Yep.
I know it's always funny when I explain people like what we do who have no idea about landman.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, you know, we go out like the Wild West, you know, where you know, the prospectors had their burro and their mining equipment. Like still the same concept of
Yep.
going out across the desert and pounding stakes in the ground to mark your territory,
Yep.
just like that. It's, like,
Yep.
it's funny to say in 2025.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed. And honestly, nobody in the industry would attempt to change it. Not that they don't want to, and there's things that could change. Like I got back from AEMA a couple weeks ago, and I was talking with someone with the Bureau of Land Management, and he was talking about how it would be really nice in Idaho to change the post requirements from 4x4 to 2x2, so you don't have to lug those big posts around. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, that's something that could be done. It's a simple change to a state law, but eliminating claim staking entirely, the physical aspect and moving it to like an online system or things like that, unless you've really got a lot of allies in Congress, I don't think anyone wants to open that Pandora's box, because there's so many people who would love to just destroy the Mining Act of 1872 and stop all mining in the United States.
I know, that's the scary thing.
So nobody wants to open that box up just to fix a few things, because once you do, there's a lot of people who would love to just eliminate it completely.
Do we even need mining anymore?
Right.
Yeah.
And so even though that opinion has definitely changed a lot in this last year, we've made tremendous progress in people realizing the importance of mining and the importance of having mining domestically that we actually have some control over.
Right, but unfortunately there still is a lot of fear mongering in that space as well.
And there will be for a long time. Yep.
So with that, we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Yep.
Keep following the law.
So there's the Mining Act of 1872, and even with all these cool tools and technology, it's still the same. But also moving over, you know, this facility, our field operations facility, is also used by the geology teams too.
Oh yeah.
And early stage exploration hasn't changed much. So you can see the whole row of shovels over here and all those shovels for soil sampling. We have all the sample bags and all the materials to do the sampling.
Oh yeah, we got the sieves and the rock hammers.
You know, everybody's still got their Brunton and their logs and everything, so they can go out and do mapping, and all that stuff hasn't changed much.
I mean, that's honestly why we got these machines, is to lug samples around.
Yep, and do core drilling programs.
Yep, people and samples.
Hauling core back and forth to the shed, taking care of it.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, with the geology teams is we collect better data now, especially in terms of geographical data, right? Like pinpointing sample locations, things like that. We collect better data. We can process it a lot faster. We can integrate it more intelligently, but at the same time, the actual field processes to collect the data haven't changed hardly at all.
No.
We have these instead of a mule, but we're still going out, collecting soil samples, collecting chip samples.
Boots on the ground is one of the most
doing core
important
drilling.
Parts of being a geologist.
Yep.
It's funny because, like, we get a lot of resumes coming in right now, especially right now. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of geologists out looking for work. And the first thing I see is like, hey, where's your field work? Where's your field experience? Because I don't need a desktop geologist.
Right.
I need somebody who's willing to go outside.
Yep. Yeah. And technology enhances field work, but it doesn't replace the fundamentals.
Right.
You still need good procedures, good people, good judgment, and people who are tough, who can be out in the wind and the rain and the snow and the hot sun.
Oh, yeah.
And keep working and collecting samples and collecting data and staking claims. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, I will hand this over to you for a minute to talk about 2025 and 2026 and changes you're making at Burgex as the CEO. And then we'll pivot and talk about changes we're making with Mine Explorers in the show.
Yeah. You know, being a company, you always go through changes, right? Because you always want to be improving processes and procedures and all of that stuff. And it's important to educate your team along the way, I think. I think the most important asset you have is your team, right? And they need to know how to run their own department like they were the owner, right? So Landman is a prime example, because they are so efficient and they are so, they're just a well-oiled machine because they've done this before.
Right.
You know, they've improved their processes along the way, and they just run, right?
Well, and they're doing a lot of the same types of things.
They're doing a lot of the same types of things.
The scenery changes, the amount of claims, the terrain, that stuff
Yeah,
changes.
the elements change, but the project
But they're doing the
itself-
same types of things over and over. So they've been able to really improve that.
So they've been really able to fine tune their process, which is great.
Right.
So I'm kind of like looking at them like, okay, how can we take this level of precision and move it to every single department? Because what I want is to have true leaders who understand what their department needs as far as revenue. Like, how do we keep each department profitable every month? That's my goal, right? And in order to do so, I need to make sure that they have all the resources and financial visibility that they can see of saying like, oh, okay, I know like we're running really well right now. Like,
Right.
like being busy doesn't translate to being profitable.
Right.
Right. Like you
Yep.
can count, you can have, you know, a busy schedule doing all the puttering little tasks, but it doesn't translate to anything like meaningful. So,
Yep.
so we're kind of changing that mindset, giving the directors more accountability, or our leaders more accountability, so they can really understand what their department needs and how to grow it.
Cool.
Yep. So I'm actually really excited for 2026. Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
our big over goal of like, how can we give the team more accountability, responsibility, so they feel like they're actually in control of their job.
Well, and one of the important things too is aligning incentives.
Yes, always.
So instead of having incentives that are more company-wide, they definitely tie into company-wide performance, but having more incentives around the performance of their department and the things they're in charge of,
Yep.
which is really important. And
It
so
is important.
everybody's responsibilities contribute to the performance of their team, and then in turn the team's performance contributes to the success of the company. So
Yep.
having incentives that are aligned, I think, is particularly important and something we're changing. We've always had performance bonuses and things at Burgex, but making them more aligned to the specific performance of the department you're in, I think is really key.
Yeah, for sure, because the company as a whole needs to do well for every individual to do well.
Right.
Right. It's a team sport. So,
Right.
So I'm excited to give our team more visibility into that space, because I mean they're all smart people. They care. Right. That's the most important thing, is they care.
Yeah.
And if they can see the numbers and be like, oh, we're not doing so great here, like we need to, you know, drum up more work, it really does help change that mindset.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, well, I don't have anything to do, I'm just going to hang out. It's like,
Right.
no, there's plenty of you can do. You just got to change that mindset of like, I want more to do.
Well, and in terms of that too, like we've talked a lot about improving our sales process.
Yes.
And improving how we handle estimates and proposals and getting all that through sales and making that faster, more efficient. And so along those lines, if anybody has time and they're just hanging out, there's always outreach opportunities and ways that you can generate more projects and more revenue. So having the proper alignment helps people do that, which is really good. So
yeah,
shifting over to Mine Explorers, what was your favorite episode of 2025?
My favorite episode of 2025. You know, I really did enjoy when we talked about how we are not getting enough students into the mining industry. I thought that was really interesting. I did like the spicy comments on LinkedIn. I thought that was good for starting the discussion.
Yeah.
So I do like kind of stirring that pot of, you know, these are the things that we do need to be talking about, because if we don't talk about it, how can we change it?
Yeah, well, and that's a huge one. And I feel like the educational establishment internally, I think a lot of the mining programs have been complaining and expressing frustration, but they haven't had any sort of a podium to really speak to the broader industry about it. And so
we're speaking about it internally, but that doesn't go very far. Like,
yeah, but even still, people didn't know the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of people argue like, oh no, we're still graduating thousands of mining engineers a year, and it's like, no, it's in the hundreds.
It's in the hundreds at best.
And it's well below replacement levels. We have more mining engineers retiring annually than we do graduating, and that's an issue. And AI will help a lot with that, but it's not going to solve the problem.
It doesn't replace experience, though.
Right.
Hands-on experience is so key, and AI, I don't know. I don't know how far it can really go to replace that.
Lots and lots and lots of data
Yeah.
that it can study will give it experience, but it's still going to require a lot of supervision along the way.
Well, and having those people who have that experience, who can gut check it and be like, well, this sounds good, but we need people who will challenge it.
Like, this ramp slope checks out in the model, but do you understand what happens in a snowstorm in Pennsylvania? Or do you understand how this Alabama red dirt behaves when it's wet?
Right.
That kind of stuff you don't necessarily have in a model, and you have to understand it, and so that's hard to replace.
Yeah.
My favorite episode was probably with Brady McLean.
I was going to say I liked him too.
Yeah, and
That
we
was
talked
fun.
about talent and brand recruitment, and I thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed our discussions with all of our guests last year. I learned a lot. It's always fun having Gunther on the show
Oh, for sure.
and talking about that. And
His
and
insights to the mining industry is always
I think he's a good
always
maybe
helpful.
February guest to consider bringing back again. I'm sure he'd happy to come on. We have 3 guests scheduled for January. I don't know if they'll all air in January. We might space them out a little bit, but we've got some really good guests.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those.
I'm looking forward to that, and we will talk about a lot of cool stuff from AI to rare earths, critical minerals processing to we have a professor coming on who can talk about the mining talent from an actual professor at a mining school perspective.
Well, that will be
So
fascinating.
that will be cool. And then looking forward, so we talked about improving Burgex, looking forward for Mine Explorers. 2 things on my wish list. I think we worked in 2025 really well on improving our flow, and you've gotten way more comfortable on camera, which is fantastic. We got better cameras, we got better lights, we spruced up the studio, we arranged the furniture several times. So we got that good. I can edit way faster now. It's a lot more seamless. It looks good. We've worked out some weird audio issues and things. But 2 things I'd like to change. More guests.
Right.
I'd like to have like a minimum of a guest every 3rd episode.
Okay.
So next year, that means, we'll have 10 or 15 new guests on. And we're off to a great start if we get 3 in January. I'd like to have a lot more guests, and then I would like to film more on location.
Yeah.
So from the field,
Ooh,
from places like
we have a
this.
drilling program we could film on.
Yeah, drilling programs in the field. Filming at conferences, obviously, is always good. We've got ConAg coming up, which is huge.
We've
got SME Mine Exchange, which is here in Salt Lake. We might have a mixer afterwards, and if we do that, we can talk from there. But yeah, that's my wish list.
Okay, I think that's
More
all
guests,
doable.
more locations,
I'd love to get out
add
in the
some
field
variety, and then I'd love to hit 1,000 subscribers.
Honestly, we should do one
by the end of the year.
on claim staking, walk the audience through what it is or what it's like to stake a mining claim, and then attending a drilling program I think would be fascinating, and then maybe a site visit or 2 if we can swing it.
So let us know what you want to see, because that would be really helpful. We can do like a mining claim staking thing and go through the whole process.
Totally.
From land status to identifying a location, laying out the claims, physically staking the claims, filing everything,
Oh yeah.
the fees. We can walk through all that. But let us know what you want. And yeah, my goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2026.
All right, let's do it.
So we've got about 230 or so now at the end of 2025. We started out with 0. So that's, grinding slow. We haven't really pushed it out. We've let it grow organically, which is nice.
Yeah, I could definitely do a lot better as far as pushing it out on my own social media.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the end of 2026, 1,000 subscribers is a really realistic goal. And as we get more opportunities. It's easier to get guests, and it allows us to dedicate more resources towards going and visiting sites and doing things.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I'd love to do some active mine visits.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and it's all possible. Just need to make it happen, and then obviously more subscribers, more engagement motivates us to do a little more work on it. And
Yeah,
because
that'll
we're
be fun.
busy, you're CEO and I'm chairman, and we have a lot of projects and a lot of things going on. So
We do.
this is always taking a little bit of time out, but we love the feedback and love the watches and likes and views and comments, and let's keep them coming. And we have a lot. I mean, we may only have 250 or so subscribers on YouTube, but LinkedIn, some of our clips get thousands of views. We got almost 20,000 views on one the other day.
We were just in Reno at AEMA, and we got many compliments on our show from people who aren't subscribing, but they're watching it.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's the mining industry.
It's fun.
People are using other people's accounts, or they don't even have a YouTube account. They're just watching.
The mining industry is pretty bad at social media, but that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it, and it's really thanks to having people who watch in 2025 and 2026 and beyond.
Let's get it.
High five.
Woo!
We'll see you next week.